So here we go. Yeah, this will be my first video that I'm doing, I guess called other games I like to play because I do play other games besides Der Weltkrieg. Anyway, so I guess these videos are probably just going to be infrequent due to the fact that it's only going to be whenever I've got a game on another table. Actually, this room is, I guess I call it my Rico room, my reconnaissance room. It's kind of like the room that I use to test out a game ahead of time before, like if I'm going to play with Rob or something else. That way, we're not wasting time learning the rules and so on and so forth. But I've got a game that I'm play testing right now in the main game room, so I've moved this one over here. Anyways, this game I just like it. It's called, well, as you saw, the D-Day Quad by Decision Games. First off, yeah, and I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, these videos are not like a review or playthroughs or any of that stuff. It's just basically, like I said, other games I like to play. Look at this map. It's a Joe Youst map, but it's just so nice. I guess one thing I really like about it is it's kind of like, and it's not like I'm not trying to be hopefully like a compliment and an insult at the same time type of a thing. But it's kind of got that old school feel that I like, but sophisticated. Like it's brought it up a notch. It's kind of like old school deluxe, or if you know what I mean. Like it's, yeah, I just really, really like that look. Actually, hold on. I want to turn the light on again. There we go. I think it helps with getting rid of glare. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, why do I like playing this game? Well, first off, for games that or subject matters that I've only kind of got like a mild interest in. I don't want something super crunchy and like that's going to take me forever to learn. Like, and I also want something that's um, I guess shifted or weighted more towards game than simulation. And this is, trust me, man, this is not a knock on decision games. Obviously, I bought the bloody thing and I'm playing it, and I've played it more than once. It's just this fits the bill for me. Like it's a game even that if somebody has never played this system, the fire and movement system, um, I think within 30 minutes I could easily show them like how to do it. Like I haven't played this in a few months. I watched a refresher video yesterday from Wayne Hansen, who did a video just on the Omaha Beach section. Well, he didn't have the D-Day quad at the time, but it's the same thing. And just to get a rules refresher. And last night I did the beach landings as well as the amphibious assaults, and also did the airdrops. And I was able to, like, within, in no time at all, within 30 minutes, I was able to do all of this, and it was super easy to clue into. I find the rules here. I'll pop them in quickly. Like I said, hopefully I'm not making people seasick, but I don't know. They're like, I just find them fairly easy to follow along. I almost to the point. Like they got the specific, or I mean the general rules at the very beginning, and then later on you get the you now get into the D-Day exclusive, and then he breaks it down per beach, and you've got, like, I guess the errata stuff has been included into the red, and I don't know. I almost feel like, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it kind of, I feel, kind of leads me by the nose. Like like when I was setting up here, it said, okay, if you're playing this beach, don't forget that you've got to do the air drops, and then go to section 10.9, whatever, and so on and so forth, and then anyways, and it was like, oh yeah, then you got to roll for drift, and anyways, it's got all these nice little things that I like to do OCD-ish as well. Like, for example, you can see I've color coded all the counters. It's very chit pulley, which I like as well, especially for solo play. But yeah, I've color coded all the beaches, and then I can also, like, I've added the little bingo chits, so that also adds into my little OCD bits. So I've color coded the objective hexes and so on and so forth for each beach section or whatever. And then the purple things are just areas that if the Allies are able to take those hexes, it reduces the German fire support in those sectors, which is pretty cool. Anyways, and you can see I've set them up, and you've got your little beach drop or air, landing spots. And like I said, for here, I've just finished doing the Utah beach thing, and it was, I don't know, it's a good level of crunchy for me. I like it. Like I said, if I was really into World War II and D-Day and all that stuff, I don't think I'd probably play this one. I'd probably get frustrated, be like, hey, this isn't very realistic, and so on and so forth. But for me, it's fine. I don't know very much about World War II and D-Day and all that stuff. Like, trust me, man, I don't even know what the difference between a self-propelled anti-aircraft thing and an anti-aircraft. I don't have a clue. I mean, I know the difference because there's a symbol difference, but I don't know, like motorized, like all these things. It's all relatively new to me. So I don't, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is I don't want super crunchy. So this fits the bill for me perfect. As well as, what else am I doing to make it, I guess some people also complain about the way the fire allocation goes. It's kind of abstracted. So, for example, I'm not going to do one right now, but like, for example, like if we were going to do a combat, let's say if these two guys were right beside each other, I could then, each person can allocate some fire support markers, and that's where you would do the chit pulling, where you'd get these things like that and add them up too. I just randomized the living hell out of everything. Oh, shoot, maybe I don't know where that was. I think it was here. Well, oh, we'll pop them here, or maybe here. No, it wasn't here. Obviously, it couldn't have been there. It was here. Well, it doesn't matter. I just started the game, for goodness sakes. But anyways, yeah, I just randomized the thing. So I even randomized how much each side gets. Like, for example, like in the beach landings, you can assign up to a maximum of 2 fire support markers for the combat. And like when at the very beginning, actually, they even abstract the beach landing combats, and that they just pretend that there are German emplacements and all that. So when you land, you have to do a combat, but you're only doing a combat, at that hex. There's no actual German whatever's, but you can still suffer losses. The Allies can suffer losses, which is pretty cool. But I just randomize even the amount of, like, I just roll a die 6, and it's like 1 to 2, no fire support markers. 3 to 4 is 1, and 5 to 6 is 2. And then also for beach landings, you can also choose to do naval support or the standard lands or whatever normal stuff, like I don't even know what half those icons mean, but like the planes and machine gun whatevers and all that stuff. And I also randomize that. So I just go, I don't know, like, if like, I'll give you a perfect example. When I did these ones here, both beach landings here, it just so happened, it was unfortunate for the Allies that they received absolutely no fire support, and naval, nothing. Like, they just landed, and it was like, well, I just chalked it up to, well, that was just that part of the narrative, like something bad happened. However, the way the combats ended up working out, they made it unscathed. So I was like, well, that's just the way it goes. And then, this one, on the other hand, did have some fire support, and just due to the way the die rolls ended up happening, they actually ended up reduced. So things I kind of don't like about this game, well, the counters are not the greatest, but it's not the end of the world. I've used way worse. The nice thing is there's no stacking. So basically, I'm pretty sure, I don't think there is. So at least I don't have the combination of not very good counters and stacking, right? And there, as you saw, there are step losses. Like I can flip for a reduced side. Other than that, I really enjoy the fire and movement combat system as well. It's this. At first, it was a bit hard for me to clue into. It's not a CRT like a what combat? Of course, it's a CRT. I mean, it's not a odds-based thing. It's I think that, yeah, there it is. It's a combat differential. So it's let's say you're attacking with 5 points and you're defending with 6 points. Well, then it would be -1, and then I would you would look at on the -1 column. But what they do is they've baked in the terrain into that. So you just go, okay, it's a -1, but which row do I use? Like, for the -1, go down here, and that'll shift you over on the columns when you roll down, and then you would roll a die 6. So in other words, a +1, for example, you know what I mean, in certain terrain will be the equivalent of, let's say a -1 somewhere. You get the idea. But anyways, I like it. I like that bit. Yeah. So I've been, like I said, it was easy for me to pick up, and lucky for me as well. There's a modified version of the fire and movement system, which they use for quite a bit of the World War I folio games. And one thing I do like about the Decision folio games, I mean, they're hit and miss, but it's the price point, man. Like, they're fairly inexpensive, especially when I can get them from a Canadian eBay seller or whatever. But yeah, that's it. So I'll be playing this afternoon, or at least little bits of it. It's such a manageable game that I can even play all 4 beaches and just take my sweet time. It's not, I can just leave it here for 2 weeks, and I'm not come back and I'm like not like flustered or whatever, like what in the world's going on kind of thing. And yeah, for even for an afternoon, if I just wanted to do and beat the Canadians, I can I could do those beaches there. But yeah, it's a fun little game. It's not very expensive, and like I said, if you're not into you don't need super crunchy, and just, well, like for me, I call them like this is like an afternoon with like an afternoon with a buddy, or like an afternoon if Rob wanted to hang out and play or something like that, or for myself, like I was saying, it's just a nice light enjoyable game. So no worries there. Okay, happy gaming, man.